Hey guys, and welcome back to Semajical Gaming for Hogwarts Mystery Year 5. If you've been keeping count, we're now on episode 30 of the season. So let's get back to it, shall we? You did it! Can I have my bite-in doorknob now, or...? I'm far too emotional to be productive. Off with you, good sir! Off, off! There was something you wanted to ask? How long have you worked here? Will you tell me about Duncan? How are you still alive? Will you tell me about Duncan Ash now? Of course. It's the least I can do in return for keeping my head attached to my neck. Duncan Ash was a talented mischief maker with an unmistakable mean streak. He was also quite brilliant. He would buy items from the shop, deconstruct them, and put them back together in delightedly destructive ways. Oh, jeez. That sounds an awful lot like Sid Phillips from Toy Story. Yeah, I didn't mean to make that kind of reference there, but it was already spelled out for me. He was continually pushing the limits of everything. Jokes, potions, the very rules of Hogwarts. Do you know what happened between him and my brother? No one knows too, and his unfortunate fate, I can only assume it was something both fantastic and catastrophic. I suppose that only ones who know the whole story are Duncan and the headmaster and your brother. Yeah, that is true, of course. Meet Marula and Tulip. Oh, really? Not while I'm doing something already. Thank you for helping me. You two have spent more time in this room than anyone. I'm hoping you can help me find some clues to what happened between Duncan, Ash, and my brother. Are you and Marula friends now? We're becoming friends. We'll never be friends. We're working it out. We're starting to become friends. We've gotten closer after Rapick asked us to work together. Jealous, Tulip? No, I'm just surprised that Semajical Baratical is willing to trust you and forgive you after everything you've done. Marula has changed. She isn't nearly as horrible as she used to be. And it's not a very Hufflepuff thing to do to not be fair and give someone another chance. My best friend, Baratical, is such a sweet talker. Whoa, Marula! Let's start searching. I'm looking for anything that mentions a boy named Duncan Ash. Specifically, anything about what my brother had to do with his death. And 1 star to pass. It's a 3-hour thing, but we're not going to need that whole time. We only need 1 star. We can get that in next to no time. Here we go. I mean, come on, guys. The current episode count for Semajical Gaming as a whole at this point will be 345 plus 3 specials. Or, well, okay, at the time of recording this. We're just at the start of that overall episode I've just mentioned. But I don't know yet when these are going to start being actually released. But that's it for part 1 of this episode, guys. Stay tuned for part 2. Welcome back, guys. This is part 2 of the episode. Although it's looking like it's going to be shorter than part 1. So do not blame yourself, Jacob. Duncan Ash chose his path, and all paths end in the same place. All except ours. Despite what she told you, we could only accept one member regardless of what happened with the votes. You were always the favourite, but this tragedy, along with Miss Green's fate, negates the need for further discussion. Continue your search, trust your instincts, and rid your mind of rats and centaurs. Remember, there are no friends on the path to enlightenment and immortality. There is only us, R. My brother was working with R? Who's Miss Green? Another friend of Duncan and my brother's. It sounds like they were all working together to find the vaults. For enlightenment and immortality, for R. To become a member of something. I'm mainly puzzled by the mention of rats and centaurs. That's actually the only part that halfway makes sense. I need to talk to Torvis. Okay. So meet Torvis in the Forbidden Forest. Thanks for meeting us, Torvis. My pleasure. You two are marginally better conversationalists than the trolls and redcaps. We found out there might be a dragon hiding somewhere in the castle. Congratulations! Thanks, Torvis. And I hope it doesn't burn you to death or swallow you whole as dragons are wont to do. Or wont to do. Thanks. Thanks. Did your herd welcome you back after? Did your herd welcome you back after returning their arrowhead? They allow me to visit, but won't let me move back into the camp until I perform a series of tasks to earn their favor. I wouldn't know anything about that. I wanted to ask you what happened between my brother and Duncan Ash. Why don't you ask Duncan himself, Duncan yourself? Because he's dead? What? He's a ghost. So that's really not the problem as much as the fact that he hates me. He must blame Jacob. How did you know? It's a long story. I'll start from the beginning. Well, that's normally the perfect place to start, authors. Okay. So, why they make these tasks so long to undertake when you only need 1 star to complete them? Is anyone's guess, but that's it for part 2, guys. Stay tuned for part 3. And we're back, guys, for part 3 of this episode. Now, so Jacob and Duncan were searching for the cursed vaults together. Jacob worked on entering the forest vault, while Duncan worked on an extra powerful Erumpan potion. Perhaps to prepare for whatever Jacob thought was guarding the next vault. And Duncan wanted them to stick together, but my brother wanted them to split up to move faster. I always thought your brother was particularly assertive and impatient, but perhaps he had a reason. Maybe someone else was pushing him. Duncan might feel like my brother tricked him and abandoned him, and that he'd still be alive if Jacob hadn't pushed him to make an already explosive potion even more powerful. I need to talk to Duncan, even if he'll even see me. Meet with Duncan Ash. I told you to go away! I talked to Torvis and found a letter written to my brother after you died. I know what happened. What do you think you know? You and Jacob were searching for the cursed vaults. You wanted to stick together, but Jacob was impatient and wanted to split up to move faster. He tried to enter the forest vault, while you tried to brew an especially explosive Erumpan potion. I'm assuming you died when that potion accidentally exploded, and you blame my brother. You think if he would have stayed by your side and not pushed you to brew it, you'd still be alive. I know it's too late to change anything now, but I'm sorry, Duncan. That was not the reaction I expected. I actually found it quite sad. My eyes got watery and everything. What's so funny? You don't notice how easy it is to manipulate someone's perception of the world until you're no longer part of it. You're saying it isn't true? Parts of it are true. You're saying Torvis lied. You're saying my brother isn't clever. You're saying you're in charge. Are you trying to tell me my brother isn't smart? Your brother is incredibly smart. He also made some incredibly stupid decisions. Let me explain. Why does this need to take 8 hours if you only need 1 star? Come on, game. Now, guys, the reference I made to 3 specials in the last scene recorded, probably at the time of this recording, would have had an extra added to it. Or by the time you're seeing this online anyway, there would be 4 specials out by then. Don't know why I keep mentioning stuff like this during current recordings, but just so you know where it currently stands. At the time of this recording, there are 3 specials out, but there may be another one by the time this goes out. I'll go as far as to say there probably will be. But anyway, guys, I think we'll call that it for this episode. And I'll ask you to join me for the next one soon. Until then, if you enjoyed, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have us a magical time.